Okay, welcome back, everybody. We are going to pause my uh, main interloper run for right now because I want to do something special. I am Old Guy Can't Game, and I have been doing this YouTube thing for a little while as a hobby, and I just hit 25 whole subscribers on YouTube, which, isn't a whole lot, but, there's 25 people out there like, you know what? This guy's dorky enough. I'll keep watching. So, first off, I'd like to thank everybody that has subscribed. Um, I don't really do this for those subscriptions, but it's nice, that people want to check this out. So, again, thank you guys. Um, and then for if there's anybody new that's tuning in to check this out, feel free to drop the like and subscribe and comments and all the normal silly YouTube stuff they tell us to say. But we are going to do something a little special to kind of commemorate this. So, over on DH Dunn's channel, he has been doing these 10-day lopes in different regions. And the one that he is currently doing / wrapping up right about now, he is doing Can He Survive 10 Days in Keeper's Pass? And this challenge kind of piqued my interest a little bit. It's something I'd kind of planned on doing anyway, just trying to do this in some of the regions that I don't care for, like Dunn has done Black Rock and Bleak Inlet and HRV and Ash Canyon. All these places I don't spend a lot of time in because Black Rock and Bleak, they're hard to navigate with the Timberwolves. HRV, I just have no clue as to where I'm going. I'm not really afraid of the map. I just don't know it, so I just avoid it. Um, uh, Ash Canyon, I've gotten better with. Is with this run, with my current interloper run that's on YouTube. Early on, I spent at least 7 days in Ash Canyon, I think. Now, granted, I still have no idea where I'm going there, but I feel better about being there at least. Um, so eventually, I'll start doing regions like that. This transition map / or transition zone challenge, though, that Dunn has been doing most recently, though, it really got me intrigued because the resources are so limited, and what you can and can't really do in these areas. Um, so what we're going to do is we're going to try to go at least 10 days in Keeper's Pass, and that includes both the south and north zones. Um, and we'll see how long we can go. The minimum I would like to do is 10 days in Keeper's Pass. Go ahead and swap that over. So our guidelines, and this is kind of based off of what he did in his run. Okay, so he spawned into Pleasant Valley, and then he gave himself 24 hours to prep. Okay, so excuse me. Um, the one thing, some of the things that he allowed himself to have was a box of matches. Um, I feel any clothes I get are free game, um, just because of another thing that I'm going to talk about down here a little bit lower. But I am going to limit myself to one coat. He did only find the one Mackinac, and I feel if I load up on, if I luck out and find like a Mackinac and a ski jacket, I mean, that's pretty powerful right there. He did take a can opener and a pot, so I can either take a pot or a skillet with me, one or the other. He only took prepackaged food into Keeper's Pass. So candy bars, granola bars, chips, beef jerky, canned foods like peaches or beans or whatever. Those were the only foods he took in. He didn't take in flour, oats, any fresh meat, or any of the fresh veggies like the potatoes or carrots. Now, the one thing I do think he was really bummed that he did not get was any sort of tool. And so I am going to allow myself the choice of one tool if I find any. So, either the saw, the hammer, or the pry bar. Ultimately, I think the most useful of these three for this challenge is the saw. But, if you only end up with the hammer or the pry bar, you can at least go fishing with that. You can go in and make fishing holes and go about that. He didn't find a bedroll, so if I find a bedroll, we're not taking a bedroll. I'm going to also only take. I'm going to take readable books, but I'm only going to take 2. And I'm not going to take any of the generic books that you can use for fire starting. He didn't take any for that, so I'm not going to. And he also took 4 curtains for cloth. One other thing I won't be taking if I find it is a sewing kit. He was extremely unlucky. He did not find one. So if I find one, I'm not going to take it. I'm going to rely on, getting rabbits and guts and things like that once we get into the zone. So in his playthrough, in his prep time, he entered 4 different locations. On his run, he entered the farmhouse, the small barn, the gas station at Thompson's Crossing, and the flag house at Thompson's Crossing. I am not holding myself to those 4 specific locations, but I am only going to allow myself to enter and loot 4 locations. And again, there's 24 hours to complete this prep and then get into the zone. And the official time starts once we cross that transition into Keeper's Pass at that point. So yeah, if there's something like a blizzard or whatever kind of coming in on that 24-hour mark, I can stay in whatever location I'm at. I just can't do any more prep at that point outside of eating and drinking to keep my health up. But I can't go and, open any more cabinets, can't open or, pull down any more curtains, that sort of thing. The other thing that he did is he only took 3 toilets worth of the Canadian lemonade. So that I'm also going to limit myself to that number. I can only take up to 3 of those. Otherwise, after that, it's all on what I can prepare for water. Anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and start setting up our run. So he did this on custom. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to confirm custom. Dunn, starting weather, sure. This is Survivor monologue. Alright, so when off, gameplay sounds produced by the survivor remain audible. Alright, that makes no sense. Alright, we'll just leave it the way it is. Weather variability, blah blah blah. We'll go low for the aurora. So there's low, medium, high, very high. I don't remember seeing the settings he had for this. Yes, the world gets colder. To just above freezing. No. Okay. Calorie burn. Again, I kind of wish... Oh, you know what? Never mind. I know what he did. He set that to Interloper. Okay. Sometimes I'm not so bright. Starting time of day. We'll go random. All right. No revolver. All right. I don't know if there's anything else we need to change in here. Let's confirm that. And we want to spawn in Pleasant Valley. We are going to do this as Astrid. And I'm actually kind of tentatively calling this run Astrid's Poorly Planned Camping Trip. Let's confirm that. And we want to, since we're doing this interloper style, only 2 feats. So we're going to take Firemaster and Cold Fusion. We're going to go ahead and confirm that. It does not matter. And we are going to call this Astrid's Camp being trip. Okay. So let's go ahead and launch in. So obviously one of the main things is trying to utilize all the resources we find in Keeper's Pass to the best of our ability. Now, if you've watched me play before, you know that ability is not great. What time is it? Late afternoon. Not great. Not the worst, but I think we're up above Thompson's Crossing here. And I could pick up sticks, but I have to drop them before I enter the zone, so I think I'll just forego that for now. So let me see if I can get a view of what's going on from up here. Oh, too many trees. Alright. could also be near 3 strikes. So now, when I say structures, I mean something where you have to transition into. Like you have a door you open, and you have that little transition screen going from indoors to outdoors. Or outdoors to indoors. So like if there's like a shed or something like that where, you know, I just walk through and grab stuff, that's fine. Now, granted, stuff like that tends to be out of the way, so where are we at? We are at 3 strikes. Okay. This is interesting.
Starting to feel numb.
We need to just go quick, Astrid. We also need to be careful, because there tends to be wolves around here. I think we're going to leave that book. We'll take the fire starter. This.
Best be prepared for anything.
Eat that, but let's drop the rest, because that's just going to attract unwanted attention. We'll take that.
I'll die if I don't warm up soon.
No point in taking a whetstone, because we're not going to find, or we're not going to have a, we might make a fire whenever we get into town. Actually, our first stop is probably going to be a farmhouse, I'm thinking. Although I might just push straight into Thompson's Crossing, assuming we don't get accosted along the way. You will. Although we should hit the farmhouse first. I'm not digging the weather. The road should be over there, but I want to go give the shed a look. Deer in here. Anything else? No. Alright, well, if it starts to blizzard, I don't want to get caught in the open field. I need landmarks. Could be a wolf, could be a deer. I think my road is over here. That looks like deer. I did find that. Put that on. Slowly taking damage here. It's not terrible yet. Hopefully there are not any let's come up here and give this a peek. hoping to not see any friends down here. If there's not, we're going to make straight for the house. Let's go. Now, Dunn stopped here when he first got into the game, and then when he came back through. We're going to roll in here. We're not going to do an in-depth search yet.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
That will come in handy. I'm just going to look for a couple essential items like a coat. Oh, I saw the sewing kit. I saw it. Did you guys see it? I saw it. Now, on most of my interloper runs, I don't get much in the way of loot anymore from the farmhouse. Let's see if that holds true. Now, Dunn got himself the Mackinac over here. I'm not looking. Not looking yet. Nope. Alright. Well, it is what it is. An tub. A pair of gloves would be nice. There's a chance we don't get a coat or something essential like that. It sounds like it's blizzarding out, though. I don't necessarily hate that idea. Take a look. Yup. The question is, could I get to Thompson's Crossing? Well, looks like it's probably going to be my coat. Looking stylish. We'll take that cookbook. We'll take one toilet of water for right now. I imagine we're going to stop here on our way back anyway. Can of peaches in here. Can of tomato soup.
Looks like
peaches
this has been here
half a kilogram. Those are 0.25 of a kilogram. We are looking for our pot. Let's have a can of beans. Those are like 0.3. So between those three, we are at kilo of food so far. In theory, there should be a can opener here, right there. Syrup, put that right there. Blizzard going, I think we'll just search the house completely then, which we've mostly done anyway. Work boots.
I think I can use this.
Alright. What are we walking here? Worn running shoes, which give me 0.4. Work boots in their bad condition give me that. We can harvest our shoes. Maybe we'll come down if we decide. Well, can't really cook. Frontier shooting guide. I think we're gonna leave. All right, here is a thought. Wires. There is one use for wires, but only if I get a tool, and that is with a fishing lure. Box. T-shirt.
Nobody needs this anymore.
Fancy. Alright, well, we're doing about as well as I expected. I was hoping for a better coat, but you roll with the army you have and not with the one that you hope to have, so carrots I can snack on for tonight. Alright, that's all those. I was hoping a pry bar or something would be down here. Not seeing one. Matches. Box. Nothing. Got any pills for Astrid?
This'll come in handy.
Sure. They might. All right. So far, no gloves. Let's look a little closer now. Found that hat there instead of gloves. Usually there's gloves are where I found that Canadian hat. I think our next stop is going to be the big barn, and then the gas station for the matches. Might be it, unless I decide I have time to get up to Signal Hill. Hit those three. Now, Dunn found herbal tea here. Maybe I'll... No, that'll probably just make me sick. And... yeah. I'm kind of considering going to the big barn. Just get Thompson's. That way I can leave from there in the morning, go straight into Thompson's. There really isn't much more I can do here. Let's give the upstairs one more look. Make sure I didn't miss any gloves or anything sitting underneath a chair or table or something. Oh, let's search that. Because why would I? Oh, look at that. Alright. That is just as good as finding that Mackinac that Dunn found. Grab that piece of wood. If I need to make a fire in the barn, then we're good. Alright. Nothing in the tub. I did say 4 pieces of cloth, or 4 curtains. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, it's getting dark. Uh-oh. Got myself lost. We use our predator vision. I really don't want to do this right now, but I think we're going to have to. We really want to take that. Alright. So, let's eat all of these carrots. Since this is part of the cloth that we're bringing, let's do 2 bandages. Okay. Oops. Let that dry out, let that dry out. Drink water. So minus the kilo, the 1.4 kilos, that leaves us at 1.2 kilograms of food. And we're going to eat some of that before we leave the area. Sleep 2 hours. Sleep 2 more. Alright, the problem if I leave now is I don't have any light. We are in the very middle of the night. Let's pass 2 hours. Sleep an hour. Drink that. Pass another 2, and then we'll sleep 2. Alright. Then when we wake up, it should be light enough to get the heck out of Dodge here. We gotta move quickly and with purpose. Jeans, sweatshirt. Alright. Sweatshirt, jeans. Looking stylish Astrid. Predator vision. Go. Think we grabbed. Oh, we did. All right. Well, you know what? I don't care. Yes. Now, is this weather good? No, but we don't have time to waste. that's light enough for us to see. So on Dunn's run, he looted the small barn. I am choosing to loot the large barn. Mainly because I think there's a better chance of finding a tool. Like the hammer.
I could use this.
Antibiotics, thank you. Those will come in handy. Dog food. I won't need that. I am not going to take the stem. Dunn did not have a stem, so I'm not going to take the stem.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
All right. Well, we have our basic first aid met. So, there's a pry bar. Okay. So, decision. The hammer only does me good for opening up a hole in the ice. And maybe breaking down pallets. I can't remember if I can break down pallets. Pry bar, on the other hand, I can get into things. Oh, would you look at this? There's no grounds for it, so I'm not going to take it. Oh, another pry bar. Well, that's 2 votes for pry bar. I can open items. I can open crates and stuff, or trunks and things like that. Parkour. But I don't think there's any acorns in Keeper's Pass at all. Let's for an hour. Like I said, I don't think there's any acorns in Keeper's Pass. But I don't know how useful that the pry bars would be, because if I can break down pallets or things like that, then that makes the hammer much more useful. So I think with that logic, we're going to be leaving the pry bars behind. Hey, look at that. It's finally nice. Hey there, Bun Bun. I'm going to do bad things to some of your cousins later.
Feel my hands.
Well, Astrid, we're going to deal with that. Don't worry. So I have 2 more locations that I can enter and loot still. So one is obviously going to be the gas station.
Wait. I'm so cold. I'm warming up a bit.
And then the other... See, he didn't go into the bingo parlor. I don't think I'm going to loot the bingo parlor. I think I'm going to go into the flag house.
I'd eat snow if the hypothermia wouldn't kill me.
I mean, a hacksaw... Oop, I see you. A hacksaw would be kind of nice for processing animals, but you don't necessarily need it. I think the hammer is going to be more useful. Like I said, I think I can use it to break down planks and things like that. Alright, we need to be careful. Derpy the silly wolf might be here. Although I can cut limbs with a hacksaw as well. I can cut up limbs for firewood. Because again, it's all about managing the resources that we can find. Let's get a... No, not that. This. Drink of water. All right. Birch sapling doesn't do me a whole lot of good. So we're not going to loot the bingo parlor. We're just going to come in here. We're going to give this a quick look-see.
I'll take it.
I mean, sure. It'll speed up some water production at least. We will take that just to start a fire maybe before we enter Keeper's Pass. All right. The other good thing about the can opener is once we've opened all of our cans in Keeper's Pass, it then becomes scrap metal, which we can make a hook and or hooks. Well, so far, a whole lot of just Canadian lemonade. And there's the one potato on the floor in here. That is about it. Maybe I'll take that for a snack later before we leave the zone. No borks, no borks, no borks. Nice doggy, good doggy, little ball of fur.
It's so cold. I just
Pair of
wanna lay
gloves
down
and
for a
we'll
bit.
be great. Oh, there we go. Well, I don't necessarily need to go inside here then. Can of spray spray paint. So, what we are going to do open these up. See if there's anything better. I would not say no to a ski jacket. I've already got the one pack of matches. I'll grab carrots and we'll grab the potatoes, but we're not gonna take them into the zone. No antiseptic. Even still, even with this challenge, I'm like, no, I don't want that. No chips? Antiseptic. Spray paint. All right. There was a fire barrel back here. How much fire making stuff do I have on me? A cedar and 3 wood. This thing bug me. I see you over there.
I'm
Check
freezing.
something. Alright. Decision is made. My tool is going to be the hammer. Hey, go see that deer? Go get that deer. Alright, I think we're by him. I think we want
I've
to.
been so hungry in my life.
Let's eat these 2 carrots. I'm going to take damage. It's only take damage from one source. Grab a couple mushrooms. Off we go. I don't know that we need to stop at the farmhouse. It's a nice day. We've prepped about as well as we can. I think right before we enter the zone, we will stop, make a fire, and then continue on in. Grab torches and go. Actually, stop, make a fire, eat. We eat like all the potatoes and various things like that. Hopefully, there's nothing nefarious on the road here. see anything. I think we can just go. Kind of just want to get there. We do have the one accelerant, which is good, in case we need to start a fire, and I think we have one flare. Now, I didn't put anything in the rules about it. I'm pretty certain Dunn did not have one, so I think we will be dropping that before we enter the zone. While a flare would be extremely handy, he did not have one when he entered the zone, so I will not have one. Again, the key is going to be to make use of the resources that are there in Keeper's Pass. Good thing is I got 2 books to pass the time with if I need to. Kind of want to go over to the shed, but no. Let's just keep going. We're losing warmth as we speak. We'll be probably kind of rough condition when we get into Keeper's Pass. Nothing. Give me a ski jacket I can swap this vest out for. No? You don't want to do that? That's just rude. Away we go. So we're coming up on mid-afternoon, which is about when we spawned. And like I said, we got through pretty much everything real quickly. Check the mail. Nothing. Didn't even get any bills.
I'm starving.
Really need to program my controller for auto walk. No, you know what, Astrid? Well, we're gonna eat here in a minute, Astrid. I think we're gonna go up next to this big giant rock. I think we will make a fire there. And we will make some food. Like all those potatoes. And we will leave. Again, I'm not going for well-fed, but I just kind of only want to take damage from one thing. Yeah, I think we will come over here. We will make a fire. I really hope this starts. I probably should have used that accelerant.
Come on, little fire.
All right.
Oh, lucky day.
Let's do those. Might have to go find some sticks. Oh, yep, we're warming up. Okay. I'm worried there for a second. Let's also eat. All right. So if we drop that and drop that. That gets us below our weight for entering keepers. I really don't want to eat this, but I may just hang on to it just because. Let's eat those. Again, I only want to be taking damage from like the one thing right now, so let's forward that. Eat that one. Eat that one. Oh, Mr. Bear. I don't need you right now. I do need some sticks, though. Just a couple, 2 or 3. Throw in the fire. 1, 2. Alright. Not liking the look of the weather. Coming my way? I think he is. Don't like that. Throw this flare at you if I need to. And keep the fire between you and me, though. What happens if I do this? Going down to the river. Right. That was sketchy. Eat that. Eat that. Let's get some mushroom tea. Drink that. Let's drop that and that. torches. I hear him. I don't know where he's at. You know what? Let's just get out of Dodge. Run, Astrid, run! Alright. Well, I think we successfully avoided death. Oh, forgot the pry bars. Alright. So anyway, we're going to make our way into Keeper's Pass, and we will probably call it an episode when we get to the trailer. Obviously that is probably going to be home base, and then we will branch out from there. We've got 2 zones to explore and pull resources from. Oh, you know what? I didn't drop that flare, did I? Let's drop that. Alright. Like I said, we've got the 2 areas we can pull resources from. Key now is going to be getting fuel for fires and obtaining pelts. So speaking of fuel for fires, let's get a start on that. Definitely need a rock. Again, we want to try to maximize all of our resources as much as possible. Another rock. Oh, pick up like a half dozen of those. Probably. We'll explore that later. Sometimes there is a wolf guarding this entrance. Like that. Grab that branch. Yeah. Here. Sticks. Nope. Like I said, the only other real debatable tool would be the hacksaw. Because the hacksaw would give us the ability to break down limbs. But with the hammer, I can break down pretty much everything outside of here, which is pretty cool. Which is something Dunn did not have the ability to do, which probably would have made his run a lot easier. funny would it be if we got a little bit of RNG and picked up a box of matches here. There we go. Oh, and we picked up a flare. Even almost as good as matches. Alright. Break those down with that. What about the table? Oh, wow. Alright. I may have cheated, because that is going to be super OP, it looks like. Let's grab some more sticks. This area a quick look. Let's give the sticks a chance to respawn in case of... I think they respawn in bad weather. So I'll just go ahead and start grabbing them now. Oh, this is going to be a long episode. We're already at almost an hour 15. See anything back there? Cloth. A piece of cloth would be nice. There is that one tarp outside. That we can harvest. More scrap metal. Okay. Yeah, this hammer might be OP. But again, I think if Dunn had run across the hammer, he would have brought it with him. Just my thoughts, my feelings on that. But I think with this, we are going to call this an episode. Kind of thinking I need to go out and do a small fire and get water going. That will be all for next episode. If you like what you've seen here today, feel free to like and subscribe. Our 10-day run, our minimum of 10-day run starts now. I actually want to see how long I can keep this going without Astrid. Because eventually we're going to run out of resources. Even with the hammer. I think with the hammer we can push this to 20 days. Especially if we can control our match usage. And really just try to be very careful in what we're doing. But, like I said, so far we're off to a good start, I think. But anyway, if y'all have liked what you've seen, feel free to like and subscribe. Throw comments down below. Throw me ideas of things you think I could do with this. Again, thank you to everyone who has subscribed. 25 subscribers, it's a small thing, but it is a thing. And, thank you guys for doing that. Anyway, I hope y'all have a terrific day, and bye now.